What's up, SNOY? Paying out $1.70, which is huge, 101% distribution rate. That's massive. That's the biggest payment from SNOY so far. This is the sixth payment of SNOY. You got to be happy with that. How's it going, YouTube? My name is Mike, coming to you from Health and Wealth. Thank you for joining me today on another episode of my channel. Also, thanks so much to the 1,975 subscribers that have chosen to follow me. I appreciate you and your loyalty, the comments, everything you've done for my channel. It means a lot. Really appreciate it. And if you find any value in this Group A reveal, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and you know, it will provide you with glee. So let's take a look today at Group A. This is the third time Group A has come out. And if you didn't know, YieldMax has decided to break up their funds in four groupings: Group A, B, C, and D. So this is Group A this week. It's their turn. We also have two other funds out at YieldMax. There is YMAX and YMAG. Those are weeklies. So let's go over all of those right now. So first things first, YMAX is on the top of the list here, paying out 30 cents, which is its highest distribution since it went weekly, paying out 87%, which is incredible. You can take a look at previous weeks here. 30 cents is its highest since going weekly. Everything here ranging anywhere from 11 cents to 24 before that. So in that range. So, 30 cents is a massive payment for YMAX. YMAX itself, pretty stable, sitting right here. Up 4.5% this month. If you look at the last 6 months, down almost 10%. But it has really worked its way back up here in the last month. Now, what hasn't worked its way back up here in the last month? That's the question you should ask. So, pretty stable fund, paying out a decent distribution. Could be a good purchase for potentially a long-term hold. I'll say this about YMAX and YMAG. How are they going to work if the market is going down, right? So right now the market is going up for the most part, except for that one fund you bought yesterday. Of course, that's going down, right? But how will it work? Now, also, are you an investor in YMAX and YMAG? What do you love about it? I think if I was an investor, I would love the weekly income. And it's under $20, so it's affordable to buy. It's probably got great return on distribution here, or great return on your dollar as well. Um, for me, I'm in an accumulation phase, trying to add more to my account, and so this could be a good one in the future, for sure. Once I'm done building up my Nvidia, Misty, and Coney funds, but that definitely could work for sure. Let's move on to the next one, which is YMAG. YMAG. Paying out 20 cents this month. I think I saw on X people are pretty happy about 20 cents, considering last week was 6 cents and not the guy from the movie. But 21 cents a month the week before, 20 cents, 15, and then 5 cents, right? So this one has some huge dips in it, but I like my dips with chips, right? So 19.39. Good stable price on the fund right now. They've done a really good job of stabilizing this thing. They're not paying out too much to make it less stable. So yeah, I think they're pretty happy with that. Most likely 54% payout with that. Um, yeah, not bad. Which one would you rather, YMAX or YMAG? Tell me why. Do the research for me. I need to know. Next up, we're talking TSLY, TSLY. You ain't got no alibi. This is TSLY. I was gonna go all the way, but I'll hold off. So TSLY itself today just is paying out $1.22, which is absolutely massive. It's 103 distribution, 103% distribution rate. Trying to get this done quick for you guys. 103% distribution rate. I mean, it's double what it was last month. It is more than the month before. So it's definitely the highest in like a year, like 11 months almost. It's the highest in 11 months. So did it deserve to pay out this much? Did it make that money in distributions, or sorry, in their call strategy? Did they make this much money, or are they paying you out of your own pocket? So, it's come up 17% here in the last month. But I mean, if you take a look at the last year, it's down 33%. Um, I don't know. How do you feel about that? $1.22. I mean, you gotta feel good. It's good income for sure. But once that ex dividend hits, that's going to drop down to $14 per share again, give or take a few cents depending on how the market does. But for me, I don't like funds that are under that $20 range, around that $20 range. I'm not a big fan. I was in TSLY. That was my first YieldMax purchase until they did the reverse split, and then I was out of here. But I mean, if you're in there right now, you're probably pretty happy with $1.22. I'd just be concerned about that price right there, personally. Let's move on to the next one, which is Crash. This is a reverse fund shorting Tesla, paying out 37 cents this month. It is, not super popular. I mean, Crash itself, the price has not been good. $8.33. This thing is setting itself up for disaster. If you're invested in Crash, understand the risk of this one. Do you think Tesla's going to go down gradually? Or is it going to tank dramatically? Because if it tanks dramatically, you're probably not going to make a ton of money, right? So that's the problem with Tesla. Crash is a Tesla shorting ETF. And I mean, if you take a look at the last 6 months here, down 12%. If you look at the last year, I mean, it came out in May, down 58%. Did I say down 12%? I meant down $12 in the last 6 months, which is 59%. So not good performance. Let's take a look at the distribution itself, but it was hovering around that dollar range, 98, 98, 84, 81, and 95. And then we had a 44 cent. And then this month here, we're paying out 37 cents. So that's going down. I can appreciate it going down because hopefully they are paying you with money they've earned, not money out of the NAV. And decreasing this price even more. This thing is so close to reverse split. It's not funny. So I would be concerned if my money was in Crash. That's for sure. Let's move on to GOOY. GOOY's pretty plain Jane. It paid out 25% distribution this month, and it's paying out 28 cents. Google, it doesn't really fluctuate up and down as much as some of the other funds. You can see here above my head 37 cents, 28 cents, 35, 49. So it's pretty steady. I mean, the price of GUI itself is not anything to write home about either. Group A doesn't get a lot of love, and this is part of the reason why it doesn't get a lot of love. I mean, $14.60 this right now, and so it's down 4% in the last month, down 21% in the last 6 months. Now, how's Google doing? There's no way it's down that much. I've got it open right now, and I mean, in the last 6 months, it's down 4%, whereas GUI itself is down 21%. What's the reason behind that? Poor management of this fund has got to be that reason. There's no need for this ETF to be down that much if Google itself is only down 4% in that same time. So that fund should be maybe going up a little bit, considering they're generating income from covered calls and synthetic options. So not looking good for GUI. $14.60. Nothing to write home about, and 28-cent distribution there, right? So let's talk about YBIT, which is a Bitcoin play here. $1.26 this month, 115% payout, which is absolutely massive. It's its biggest payout since July. And yeah, you got to be happy with that. The share price itself is staying somewhat stable. Now, you think with the bull run of Bitcoin, it may have gone up, but maybe it's trading funds a different way. So we could do a deeper dive into that another time. But yeah, fairly stable in the last month, up 9%. But there's the big dip right there in the last 6 months. And I mean, this has only been out since April, down 26% in that time. But if you take a look at the distributions, they've been fairly high during that time. And generally, when the share price of the ETF goes that far down and the payments are this high, you can put two and two together. And usually that means that they have paid you too much money and they're not really bringing in that much income compared to what they've paid out. So, yeah, I'm kind of a negative soul right now on Group A, but I think you may understand why. Let's talk about OARK, 46 cents here. OARK's pretty, again, pretty plain Jane. 46 cents is pretty good for OARK. Kathy Wood's play. OARK itself, I think what they did is they said, let's put all the funds that we screwed up on and let's put them all into Group A. $11? Get out of here with this stuff, right? OARK hasn't gone down that much. OARK is pretty, fairly flat as well. But and OARK pays out it pays out good good covered calls. They have good premiums, right? So what's the excuse on this one? I'm curious about. Is there any way to bring this up to, back to its glory of $20? This is the first fund that came out. So it's been out since November of 2022. So it's 2 years old, down 45% in that time in fund or in share price. But I mean, it probably has paid out close to that in distributions in that 2 year period. So if you're a long-term holder of OARK, you're probably breaking even right now. Is breaking even the goal, or would you like to make money? For me, I want to make money, so OARK is out. Let's talk about the next one. I'm going to call it ZOMO. This is a 40% payout this month, so 50 cents it's paying out, which is higher than the last 2 months combined, kind of, right? So they paid out 33 cents and 25 cents. This is a huge payout for ZOMO. They must have had a good week, a good month. I keep saying week, but they must have had a good month. I mean, if you look at the share price under that $20 mark, but I mean, in the last 6 months, it's only down 5.64%. And last year here, it's down 7.85%. And this came out September 1st, 2023. So it's a year and 2 months old. And it's down 18% of that time. Let's take a look again at the distributions. Yeah, you've probably made a little bit of money on ZOMO since it came out, but not a lot, right? Curious about how many people are in ZOMO. Let's go take a look at the fund information here. 34.29 in net assets. So it's not one of the biggest funds, that's for sure, but it does have a fair amount of people in this fund. ZOMO. Let me know in the comments if you're in ZOMO. What do you like about it? What do you wish you saw? Curious. Next up, SNOY, paying out $1.70, which is huge, 101% distribution rate. That's massive. That's the biggest payment from SNOY so far. This is the 6th payment of SNOY. You got to be happy with that. And then on top of that, we finally get something in Group A that might be worth looking at and investigating here. But $22. We got the Nike swoosh here. $22, looking pretty good. If you look at the last month, up 31%. I know Snowflake had a huge rise in share price last week, so maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe not, but maybe it did, right? If you take a look at the last year, up 9%. I'd be very, very happy with that. And I mean, if my share price can go up a little bit, I mean, I'm not being too greedy here. I want it to go up a little bit, and I can still get that monthly distribution, then I'm a happy camper. Let's check mark this one. Let's bookmark it. I'm going to put it on the list of things to review for my own portfolio. If it can continue and keep this progress going, then I'd be happy with that personally. That's for sure. So I've been thinking about Group A, what's worthwhile. And so far, there's been nothing that I would put my money in. And SNOY is looking pretty good. That's for sure. All right, they had one more. This is one of their newer funds. It's TSMY, paying out 36%. You can see here it has paid out 2 so far, and then the newest one here is 53 cents. So that's going to be, last month was 88 cents, the month before 37 cents. TSMY, pretty stable in the share price over here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all, right? So it's kind of hanging out around that $20 range. It's down 4%. It came out in August. Not doing too bad. So that's going to be your list here. Next week is, and you can see it at the bottom here, we got YMAX, YMAG. My favorites that I have in Group B is Nvidia. We got Dips. Phoebe is another good one. Um, GDXY, Gold Play. We got Babo, JPMO, and then Poor Murny, MRNY. Not looking amazing at all. But those are the funds. Which one of Group A are you in? I know for sure we got some TSLY people. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much with that one. Like I said, I was in it, but I'm not anymore. I moved my money over to Nvidia like mid-March of this year, right when that reverse split happened. And I've been happy about that move. And, Nvidia's kind of been slowing down lately, so we're going to see how it does. But old steady paying out. We hope it continues with that. Listen, if you liked this video, make sure you hit the like, the subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the health and wealth team over here. I really appreciate that you spent the time and you're still here right now. If you like this video, I'll post this video here, which I think you're going to love. Enjoy it. I hope that you have the best night tonight. My name is Mike. This is Health and Wealth. Bye for now.